If you're over 40, there's a good chance you've noticed it. That stiffness when you first get out of bed in the morning, or the dull ache in your knees after climbing a flight of stairs. Maybe your hips feel tighter than they used to, or maybe you've started skipping activities you used to enjoy because moving around just doesn't feel the same. You're not imagining it. Joints change as we age, and for millions of Americans, that change starts showing up sometime in their 40s or 50s. So when people hear about turmeric, that bright yellow spice found in everything from curries to health supplements, a lot of them wonder, could this actually help? Is there real science behind it? Or is it just another wellness trend? In this video, we're going to take a calm, research-based look at what turmeric is, what the studies actually say, and whether it might be worth considering for joint support. Turmeric is a plant that's been used in South Asian cooking and traditional medicine for thousands of years. You've probably seen it as a spice. It's what gives certain dishes and mustards that deep golden yellow color. The part of turmeric that researchers are most interested in is a compound called curcumin. Curcumin is the active ingredient found inside the turmeric root, and it's what most of the scientific research has focused on. Curcumin is classified as a polyphenol, essentially a type of plant compound that appears to have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. And when it comes to joint health, that anti-inflammatory angle is exactly why so many people are curious about it. You'll find turmeric in a few different forms: as a plain spice in your grocery store, as standardized curcumin extracts in capsules, and as more advanced supplement formulas that combine curcumin with other ingredients to improve how the body absorbs it. That last point, absorption, is going to come up again, so keep it in mind. Now let's get into the research, because this is where it gets interesting and also where it's important to be honest about what we know and what we don't. Over the past 2 decades, curcumin has been one of the more widely studied natural compounds in the context of inflammation and joint health. There have been numerous clinical trials looking at how it performs in people dealing with knee discomfort, stiffness, and reduced mobility, often in adults diagnosed with osteoarthritis. Some of those studies have shown promising results. Participants taking curcumin-based supplements reported improvements in pain scores and physical function compared to placebo groups. A handful of trials have even compared curcumin to over-the-counter anti-inflammatory medications and found similar effects, though these comparisons involve smaller study sizes and should be interpreted carefully. There have also been studies looking at curcumin's ability to influence inflammatory markers in the body, substances that are associated with the kind of ongoing, low-level inflammation that contributes to joint wear over time. Some research suggests curcumin may help modulate these markers, which is part of why it's attracted so much scientific interest. That said, and this is important, the research is not uniformly positive. Some studies have found minimal or inconsistent benefits. Study sizes vary, methodologies differ, and not all turmeric or curcumin products are created equal, which makes it difficult to draw broad conclusions. The honest summary is this: the research is promising enough to take seriously, but it's not definitive. Curcumin may support joint comfort and reduce some markers of inflammation, but results vary depending on the individual, the dosage, and crucially, the formulation used. Let's talk about dosage, because this is one of the most important and most overlooked factors when it comes to curcumin supplements. Here's the challenge. Curcumin on its own is not well absorbed by the human body. When you take a plain curcumin capsule, much of it may pass through your system without being fully utilized. This is known as poor bioavailability, and it's a known limitation of standard curcumin products. Most clinical studies that have shown meaningful results used either higher doses of curcumin, often in the range of several hundred milligrams to over a gram per day, or they used formulations specifically designed to improve absorption. One of the most common strategies you'll see in supplements is combining curcumin with piperine, which is a compound found in black pepper. Research suggests piperine can significantly enhance how much curcumin your body actually absorbs. Other formulations use what are called phytosome complexes, curcumin bound to phospholipids, or nanoparticle delivery systems. These approaches are designed to solve the same bioavailability problem in different ways. Why does this matter for you as a consumer? Because a supplement label that says turmeric or even curcumin doesn't tell you whether the dose is clinically relevant or whether the formulation will actually be absorbed. If you're considering a curcumin supplement for joint support, it may be worth looking for products that specify their curcumin content, not just turmeric root powder, and that includes some form of bioavailability enhancement. Reading ingredient labels carefully before purchasing can make a real difference. Let's break this down with a straightforward pros and cons overview. Starting with the potential advantages, there is a meaningful body of research, including human clinical trials, suggesting curcumin may support joint comfort and mobility, particularly in adults with knee osteoarthritis. Curcumin has been associated with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant activity, which aligns with how researchers believe it may benefit joint health. For many people, it appears to be well tolerated when taken at appropriate doses, with a relatively mild side effect profile compared to some conventional options. It's widely available, and high-quality formulations exist at various price points. Now for the honest limitations. The research is mixed. Not all studies show significant benefits, and individual responses vary. Plain turmeric or low-dose curcumin supplements may not provide the concentrations seen in research studies, so many products on the market may simply be underdosed. Results are not immediate. If curcumin helps at all, it typically takes consistent use over several weeks to notice a difference. It is not a replacement for medical treatment, physical therapy, or lifestyle changes that support joint health. Some individuals may experience mild digestive discomfort, especially at higher doses. The bottom line on pros and cons. The potential benefits are real enough to be worth exploring, but they come with important caveats about product quality, dosage, and realistic expectations. Before starting any new supplement, including curcumin, it's worth having a conversation with your healthcare provider, especially if any of the following apply to you. Curcumin may interact with blood-thinning medications, such as warfarin. If you're taking anticoagulants, it's important to discuss this with your doctor before adding a curcumin supplement. People scheduled for surgery are typically advised to stop curcumin supplements beforehand, as it may affect bleeding time. Your surgeon or physician can give you specific guidance on this. Those with gallbladder issues or bile duct obstruction should also exercise caution, as curcumin can stimulate bile production. Pregnant or breastfeeding women are generally advised to avoid high-dose curcumin supplements, as the safety data in these populations is limited. And if you're currently taking any prescription medications, whether for inflammation, diabetes, heart conditions, or anything else, checking for potential interactions is always a sensible precaution. This isn't meant to be alarming. For most healthy adults, curcumin supplements appear to be well tolerated. But informed use is always better than guesswork. Let's be straightforward about what curcumin can and cannot do. It is not a cure for arthritis or any joint condition. It will not rebuild cartilage or reverse structural changes in a joint. And it is not a quick fix. If it's going to help, it will likely take consistent daily use over several weeks before you notice any meaningful change. Supplements in general work best as part of a broader approach to joint health, one that includes staying active, maintaining a healthy weight, getting adequate rest, and working with a healthcare professional on a plan that fits your specific situation. If you've been dealing with significant joint pain or mobility issues, please don't rely solely on a supplement to address that. A proper evaluation is important. Curcumin, at the right dose and in the right formulation, may offer modest to moderate support for joint comfort over time. That's a realistic and honest framing of what the research currently supports. So, is turmeric worth considering for joint health? Based on the available research, curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, does appear to have real anti-inflammatory properties, and a number of well-designed studies suggest it may support joint comfort and mobility in adults dealing with age-related stiffness or mild to moderate knee discomfort. It is not a guaranteed solution, and it won't work the same way for everyone. But for individuals looking to complement a healthy lifestyle with a research-backed natural ingredient, a high-quality, properly dosed curcumin supplement could be worth considering. The key factors to keep in mind. Look for a product that specifies its curcumin content, uses a bioavailability enhanced formula, and has been tested for purity and potency. Generic turmeric powder at low doses is unlikely to deliver the results seen in clinical research. As always, talk to your doctor before starting anything new, especially if you have existing health conditions or take medications. Research suggests this is one of the more credible natural options in the joint support category. It may support mobility, it may help with day-to-day comfort, and for many people, it's a reasonable addition to a long-term joint health strategy. That's everything we have on turmeric and curcumin for joint health today. If you found this breakdown useful, please consider subscribing to the Joint Health Report. We cover ingredients, supplements, and research-backed information to help you make informed decisions about your joint health. No hype, no exaggerated claims. If you'd like to check ingredient details, formulation types, or current pricing on curcumin supplements, I've placed some links in the description below. As always, I recommend comparing labels and doing your own research before making any purchase. And if you have questions or topics you'd like us to cover in a future video, leave a comment below. We do read them. Take care of those joints. We'll see you in the next one.